Hello everyone, and welcome to the Build with MeDo Global Hackathon Winner Deep Dive Live. I'm your host, Shelly, and today we are really excited to bring you a special session featuring our two outstanding projects from the MeDo Global Hackathon. So, over the past few months, builders from all around the world joined the Build with MeDo Hackathon to turn their ideas into real products. The event reached more than 10 million people globally and attracts over 8,000 participants from more than 160 countries and received 2,262 project submissions. What makes this hackathon special is not only the scale, but also the diversity of ideas. We saw projects across work and productivity, lifestyle and games, learning and education, business and e-commerce, and many other creative directions. Some projects solved very practical and impressive business problems, while others explored new ways of learning, playing, simulation, and creating with AI. So today we're going deeper into two award-winning projects. Our first guest is Daniel, the first place winner of the hackathon, and he built Crafty, a project that stood out for its creativity, product thinking, and execution. And our second guest is Garve, the second place winner. He built Terra, a presidential command simulation project that brings together game design, decision making, simulation logic, and interactive storytelling. Today's session will be a little different from a normal presentation. Instead of asking each guest to simply present their project from beginning to end, we will go through a more conversational interview format. We will talk about where the ideas came from, what problems they are solving, how the products work, and how they use MeDo during development, and what advice they could have for other builders, especially for those no-code background builders. So whether you are a developer, a founder, a student, a designer, or someone simply curious about building with AI, I hope today's conversation gave you a really some special useful inspiration. Before we move into the main part, please take a moment to scan the QR code on the screen. You can use it to try MeDo, learn more about the product, or join our community for future updates and feedback. Now, let's get started with our first guest, Daniel. Hi, Daniel, welcome, and congratulations again on winning the first place in the MeDo Hackathon. To start, could you briefly introduce yourself to our audience? Maybe tell us who you are, what your background is, and what you built for the hackathon.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Shelly. My name is Daniel Agbedishi. I am a front-end developer and a founder at Gida Premium Housing in Jos, Nigeria. So my project is Crafty. It's an AI-powered design platform that helps users to create flyers, posters, marketing materials through collaboration and AI assistance. And it is an intuitive drag and drop editor. And the goal is to make professional designs accessible to everyone, regardless of their design experience. So,
Great. Yeah. Yes, thank you, Daniel. I love to begin with the original of the project. Like what inspired you to build this project, and was there any special moments, pain point, or personal experience that make you think, oh, this is gonna be something I want to solve, or this is gonna be something I want to do for the hackathon?
Okay, yes. The inspiration came from observing how difficult it is for small business, medium-scale business, students, and even organizations to like create content and to create it consistently, to produce high visual content. So many existing designs tools are either too complex for beginners or require specific time to master. So I wanted to create something that combines the speed of AI and the flexibility of real-time design editor. allowing users
Mhm.
to create professional
Mhm.
content much faster. So that's why I
Mhm.
created Crafty. So specifically, there was a time during a design session, I think about a year ago. We're trying to design stuff, and my friend and I were trying to look into how to design something. And then we had to go about watching so many tutorials on how to create just simple design, how to make like a
Mhm.
max, all those kind of stuff. So I decided to make an intuitive AI power designed platform to make that very seamless, especially for beginners.
Great, great. That makes sense. When you first had the idea, do you already know, like, do you already have the imagination what the project gonna be looks like, or you just did the concept change a lot while you were building it?
Okay, yeah. So I actually had an imagination of what the functions were going to be like, but visually speaking, I did not really have specific design patterns, but I was really impressed with the way MeDo brought up some designs, and it was actually very nice. It was more than what I expected actually. So the tool is very great, and just like any great tool, if you have a great experience using the tool, you
Mm-hmm.
create a masterpiece. So
Mm-hmm.
it gave me an opportunity actually run wild with all the features, adding the skills and everything. So it was really an exciting experience for me, like very exciting. And I just ran wild, created so many functionality. If you go to the website, like there's so much that even if we have a day to go through it, we'll have a day for each function. So that's how much I said, okay, let me create this. And yeah, that basically what I
Yeah,
created.
that's interesting, and we are glad Medio can help you to put um your imagination or your desired inspiration into a real product. So, from your perspective, who is the core target user for Crafty you think? Is it designed more for individual creators, teams, business, or any other type of users?
Okay, so first off, my targets were novice in the design space. So
Right.
basically, someone that doesn't really know about so much about designing. So it's going to be a walk-in, like very, very intuitive tool for someone who has zero experience. And then also I created a collaboration um uh, um a collaboration tool that's used as two people can collaborate on like
Oh.
specific design. Yeah. So if you register on the platform and I'm here, we could both create a design and you edit from your end and I both edit and everything syncs in real time. So my two main customers I had in mind were the novices and also for professional people that are looking to and collaborators.
Great. That would be a really, really impressive one, I think. Just kind of curious how many iterations you have gone through for the whole project, how many time you have spent on it.
Okay. Uh, so not too long. Like I came during like the five days closing period of
Hmm.
the program, and I was able to pull this off. Yeah.
How many prompts you have entered, how many versions it generated?
Okay. So yeah, I dived into it and I got a lot of prompts though, like some specific features I had to reprompt and go over it again, but it gave me what I want. So about above 100 though.
Okay, sounds
Yeah.
good. Okay. Now, I'd love to move into the product itself. Could you share your screen and walk us through the core features of Crafty?
All right. Sure.
Okay.
All right. Can you see my screen now?
Okay. Wow. That looks fancy.
All right. All right. So let me clear the cache and let me start as a very new user.
Mm-hmm.
So I reload the site and let's have this started. All right, so once a user comes into the website, this is what they're greeted with, a very fancy loading page. And when you scroll down, it shows you throughout the application and just a bit of something to just get them started with, to just know exactly what Crafty is all about, some other designs they could check out. So now a user creates a design by first signing in. So you sign in through your Google account. It's authenticated with Supabase. So I leverage Supabase a lot in the production of this application. Yeah, for storing of major stuff. So when you enter to the design, you're going to be greeted with the tour. So you could take a tour of their entire application and you see exactly what it's all about. So you can know exactly what feature it works and what you should be doing. So like I said, user-friendly. So I made sure everything was well explained. So let me just keep this for the meantime. Let me skip tour. Or would you like to?
What?
I said, would you like to go through the tour?
Okay. You mean you want me to like have something to do with the product?
Okay, no, like, or don't worry, just when I'm explaining along, I'll just explain all the features along.
Okay.
So when they come to the site now and they are created with the Canva and the page, so how easy is it for us to create a design? You just come to template here and you select what kind of design you want to create. So for, let's say, a novice now, and you want to create something, let's say a birthday, let's choose like something related
The
to
birthday one,
birthday.
yeah.
So, all right. So let's generate a design. So you just come to click on generate design. So here you find out so many templates, patterns you could use to generate your design in. So all you need to do is to select from these patterns that are available and look for something. Already you'll see something on there that you can use to specify what kind of design you want it to be. You can see the formal, gland, invasion, and all this. So you could just use something that feels good. Yeah, it goes very well with the birthday feel. So maybe just want something simple, you come here. So you can act like include a custom text for your birthday celebrant if you want to, if you have something special you want to say to the person, you can include it and it's going to say, let's say happy birthday. So, but usually I usually use the AI to just generate content. I can adjust it to when I want. So this is logo. We don't have any for birthday, but you can also insert a logo to the design. And if it's something very official, you can add a logo. And so you can.
What AI model you integrated?
Okay, so I used the what do you call it again? The no layer panel and the auto zero, yeah, and I integrated Gemini 2.5 Flash via Supabase. Yes.
Okay.
So
You use the API integration?
Yes, I used it.
Okay. How's it? Is it smooth?
Sorry?
Is the experience of the API integration smooth with MeDo?
Yeah. Very, very smooth. It's very smooth.
Yeah.
All right, so let me continue and let's create like a color palette. Let me just use something black and white, or let me use blue. And then you could select if you want to upload a specific image of the person or you want something with a background. So I'll just leave it the way it is now and I'll just create using this. So what it does first is that it uses the AI module for, it uses AI module for image creation. So it creates an actual AI image, and then it also creates templates using the AI structure that I just selected. So one of the AI modules I used was image to image text to image prompt. So here we have our birthday flyer. You can see the birthday confettis, the balloons, and stuff. So now, how quick it was for us to create this. It was just very, very quick. So, and everything here, this is the beauty of the platform created with MeDo. Everything here is like customizable. Like the text, every button, everything, the elements, you can customize everything. Let's just customize it. So you could see, you could just come and let's say you just make this, maybe you don't like the color, let's change the color. Okay, yeah, you can drag and drop this. Let me drag and drop it here.
Great.
Yeah, and then let's fill the color with some.
Okay.
Yeah, let me make this from blue.
What if I want to go back to the last version?
Okay.
Is there any way? Oh.
Yeah, you can undo.
Okay, great.
You can undo. If you make a mistake, you can undo, you can redo. You can see the text I gave it, so it just gave it at the heading, happy birthday, dear. So this was what so let's say you want to add more.
Yeah.
Love you. Okay. So if you add this and let's say you have a spelling, this mishap, you can come and check your spelling. You can use the spelling checker and you can see that, okay, there was a mistake in the spelling and it's we love you. So you can just give a suggestion, give it to ignore, and if it's not what you want here, so
you have a lot of real detailed function, which makes the whole experience super smooth and comfortable using it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. You want to say something?
Yeah, if I just kind of curious if you have any architecture diagram or code or backend logic you'd like to show.
Okay, so I have the back end from MeDo itself. I can show you the back end I use from. So let me just share my screen again.
Okay.
Okay, but before we're done, I've not finished up. You can actually download this if you want. And if it's not, if it's not you want, like this text now is not visible, you could change the color and make it visible. So I don't want to go through the whole design phase now all over again. So it's something you can explore by yourself and just check it out. And so if you're new to design, if you go through this platform, and you register on MeDo, I can actually invite you to this project, and you can also contribute in real time to this design. So if you go and sign up, if you go and sign in, I can invite you. You're going to receive an in-app notification here that somebody invited you, and you're going to accept it. Then you'll be able to come to projects, and you're going to be able to see the projects that is being invited here. So you can see sent invitation. I sent invitation to myself. So I've already tested this feature. So you can actually co-design with another person. So somebody that is more experienced than you could actually guide you through the designing process. Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah,
it's it sounds like you already built a business level application in just 5 days.
Yeah, honestly, the tool was really impressive. So I said, let me see what I can actually build with this in just 5 days, and it was impressive. I had to take a time to pause and realize that this tool can actually do more than I'm thinking it could do. So I went wild with the detailing. I did a lot of stuff that I wouldn't do, that would take me 5 months on the traditional coding setting. Actually took me 5 days. So it's really amazing to see a tool like this and how effective it could be. And the only limitation I found to this tool is that if you are not technical enough, you'll not really know what is possible and what is not possible. So not that if you're a novice, like you'll be able to build amazing tools if you're a novice, but if you're also technical, you'll be able to build something really sophisticated more than the average person. So that's what I've noticed.
Yeah, I agree on that. A lot of other users also said like with MeDo you can create a lot of more complicated systems than you thought. And I really impressed by how those detailed function you design and implemented in your projects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
do you want to go over the backend stuff mentioned?
Okay, so let me share my
Mhm.
screen.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know if you could see my screen.
Yeah, it's good.
So yeah, so this is the Superbase live database, and I used it a lot in creating the
Mhm.
architecture behind the software.
Mhm.
So one
Mhm.
thing for sure is that I love how easily it is to integrate the Superbase to the
Mhm.
main. It's very seamless. Before I could actually need to go and get some API keys and connect little stuff and try and go back and forth with it, and then maybe creating some RLS, some row level security for my
Mhm.
project. Well, everything is done in one place. I can just tell it, okay, create like how I did for this invitation. Let's take a look at the
Mhm.
chat messages. So
Okay.
when you create a chat box, it's for collaborators. When you create a chat box, it sends, and this happens in real time. So the real time collaboration for this is on. So I send a message and someone receives it instantly. So what happens is that the ID is being populated and project ID and everything is being populated from the database, and the message is being held here, and it uses the user ID for the message transfer to store it and get the message for the user that is supposed to receive it. So there is no collision in different messages. And it was really impressive for me to find out. And this is just the basic project architecture. So when user sign up, they are being added to the product, the profiles, the
Mhm.
um yeah, public profiles. So whenever they submit a project, see the public profiles rather. So this is the public profile. These are the list of everyone that had signed up for the application.
Mhm.
So, and then there are also projects. So everyone created different projects for the application. It's being stored on this specific database. And then you could see the templates. Now, this templates is very important because when you go to the application and you're trying to find out your projects that you saved, you'll
Yeah.
be able to cache in ID for the template so that when you load your product, everything is being saved in that template. And so the invitation that I just mentioned, so I've invited myself twice. So I've seen the
Mhm.
invitation and no one really
Mhm.
doing this, but if you have someone that is really good at design and you want to share with them your design and say, okay, can you improve on this for me? They can really improve on it because we have a vast array of abilities you could use Crafty to do. So these are just
Right.
the basic implementation.
Great. Yeah, that was really impressive. Do you have anything else you want to sh present or show us for your project?
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to just like go through till the last like basic structure. Let me just explain to you the basic um functionality of the applications. So what you can actually do with it. Okay, I'm coming. One moment. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see this. All right. So you could also export the photo you
Mm-hmm.
just designed in any format that you want. You can export it in all five formats. So let's just do a basic format export, and it's there in PNG format. Okay, you can't see that part of my screen. But yeah, I just downloaded it and it's in PNG format. So
Wow.
I can download it. Yeah, I can download any other formats I can choose. I can select a transparent background or if you don't want a transparent background and stuff. So you could also change the text, the font color. You can bring an element to the front. You can send it to the back. You can align it right, left. You can align right. You could lock an element in place. You can group elements to each other. So just think of it, anything that your basic or your advanced tool, some tools like Canva can do, this can also do too. So you can also remove background of an image. In some tools, that's like a premium feature, but you can do it here for free. So those are the stuff I just wanted to go through. Yeah.
Great.
So that just basically, yeah.
For all those features, what's the one that makes you most proud of?
Wow, that's a hard one. But yeah,
Yeah, I know.
the chats, the collaboration was really a
Mm-hmm.
milestone for me. Like you can chat with
Mm-hmm.
somebody and they respond to you. And also you could have an AI assistant here that helps you design
Yeah, I
together.
agree.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
this is
this is the one that I mostly love.
yeah. So if you tell it to center to make the color of the text bigger, it could
Mm-hmm.
also. So let me just ask it, what can you do? What can you do? And let's see. So you can see all this stuff. See, I can manipulate elements. So you can move all the
Mm-hmm.
elements around the page. Yeah, you can style content. You can design guidance. You can like all this stuff. So these are things you could do. So if you don't have somebody like professional, you could design together with, you could also design with the AI design assistant. So you don't
Mm-hmm.
know exactly what to go through. You just tell it, okay, can you make this
Yeah,
bigger and can you make this?
yeah.
So
Right,
yeah.
right. Thanks for sharing that. I believe for people who are maybe not be technical or have any design background, this feature can help them to shape their imagination and their desire really quickly
Yeah.
into a real design. Yeah. Yeah, that's a great highlight. So I believe every project have a difficult moment. So just want to ask about the challenges too. What was the biggest challenge you faced while building Crafty?
Okay, the biggest challenge I faced while building Crafty is critical thinking. Sometimes I make a a function and then I just realized that okay, like something like this text elements right here. So initially it was just in elements, and you have to come here and add a text, and then let's say hello world, and you can save it. So I realized that is counterproductive for people to come and be looking for the text element here. So I had to put it here. So it's going to be easier to, as you can see now, I just added another one here. So um it's stuff like this that really challenged me to think outside the box, to put myself in user experience and look at, okay, what can I do better? How can I make this more optimized than it is already? So that was a challenge for me, critical thinking.
That's a valuable lesson. So looking back, is there anything you would do differently if you were starting this project over again?
Okay, yes, there's one thing I will actually do different, and that will be like get the full um idea for something before starting. Because sometimes I know that I can prompt MeDo to do to make stuff, these elements to be in this place. And then I now realize that, oh, I'm supposed to also make this stuff here as well too. So to combine those two prompts into one, I'll do that. So going into the application, I was getting more good at it. So I was saying, okay, I'm going to do this and do this together, related functions, related design, related elements, related components. So I group them together, and that's what I'll do different if I'm starting up again.
Okay, just kind of jump out of the discussion for people who just entered the live stream. Feel free to scan the QR code on the screen and try our product, join our Discord community for any future updates. So let's back to Daniel. Before we move to our next guest, I'd also love to hear about what's next for Crafty. Do you plan to developing this project after the hackathon? And are there any features, users, or real-world applications you want to explore next?
Yes, actually, what's next for Crafty is I've already started building an ecosystem of people that are already testing the application. So I want to make it like an official live application. So an enterprise level application for people to pay, subscribe, and then get all this feature in one place for free. So that's actually what's next for Crafty. And using the power of MeDo, I will continue to develop this till it becomes something national. It's going to become something national, continental. So that's my plan for Crafty.
Okay, that sounds exciting. And for people watching who want to build a similar project with MeDo, is there any advice or suggestions we want to give them?
Okay, yeah, I'll give one advice and then one suggestion. So the only advice I have to give them is just like how the paint and the brush is in the hands of a skilled artist, it's the same way MeDo is in the hands of a skilled person. So if you want to use a software like MeDo, you should just do a little bit more due diligence and research to fully maximize all the features of the application and not just do something really basic. Like, do not be contented with what you see. Try and see how you could make it more optimal, make it much better, and you continue to prompt and you make it better.
Yeah, that's a really great advice. So yeah, thank you, Daniel, for so much for sharing your project, your process, and your experience with us. We will bring you back later for a short two-person discussion with Garv. So
All
please
right.
stay with us, and now we will move to our second guest. Let me share my screen right now. Thank you. Okay. So for people who just entered, feel free to scan the QR code again to join our Discord community and try our product. Next, we will speak with Garv, the second place winner of the MeDo Global Hackathon. Garv built Terra, a presidential command simulation project. This is a very, very different kind of project from Crafty. It combines simulation, decision-making, game-like interaction, and complex system logic. I'm excited to explore how this idea came together, how the simulation works, and how MeDo helped Garv to bring it to life. Hi Garv, welcome, and congratulations on winning second place. To get started, could you briefly introduce yourself, like your background, and tell us what Terra is?
Hi, Shali. Thank you. My name is Garve Gupta, and I'm from India. And I'm not a developer at all. Like, I do not know how to code. I can't even write a line of code, right?
Mhm.
So I think my interest in AI and developing with AI started back when I think a year or two ago. I think this interest started, and I started building more and more. And then I saw this hackathon on DevPost, and I was like, I should participate and try out my skills. And well, I placed second, so like really happy. And as far as Terra goes, it's a geopolitical simulator where you play as a world leader, one of the 8 countries, and every decision that you make actually breaks or builds the world around you. So I've sort of tried making it really interactive. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, thank you, Garv. The concept is actually really interesting and innovative. Because a presidential command simulation is not like a really typical hackathon project, right? So what made you want to build this?
I think the idea came from real world news, right? That's something I recently started taking interest in. And, we every day see there are some or the other geopolitical shifts, but it's really hard to grasp the cascading effect of a single policy decision. And I sort of wanted to build an experience that isn't just a game, but it's like a dynamic sandbox. I wanted the players to feel the real weight of leadership, where sanctioning a country or deploying military assets have immediate and tangible consequences. And, they have immediate consequences on your own global economy. And, you can build more relations or lose relations. And there's a whole lot there in the app.
Okay, very interesting. I think simulation projects are especially challenging because they need both a strong concept and a working system behind it to support its logic, right? So let's talk about the core problems or experience behind Terra. What are you trying to help users experience or understand through the simulation? Who do you imagine as target users for Terra?
So I feel like the problem I'm trying to solve here is that, geopolitics is traditionally really dry and disconnected and sort of
Mhm.
boring too, because it's not really visual. And
Right.
I built Terra to solve this by making it more immersive and visual. And I feel like, as far as users go, students from political science or strategy gamers, or, basically anyone who's interested in relations, international relations, could experience this, if they wanted to experience the butterfly effect of global policy firsthand, they could come on
Mhm.
Terra.
Mhm. Okay, great. That's really a meaningful direction. Do you treat Terra more like an educational tool or a strategic game or just a civic simulation or system making training system for you?
I feel like more of a strategic game because
Mhm.
you can still learn out of it, but then you can still take interest in it, play, and you know, just really have a
Mhm.
good time while learning something more, and just
Mhm.
improving your overall knowledge on
Yeah.
geopolitics.
Yeah, I agree. When I tried the simulator, I just really impressed by how each decision I make, like if me as a president every day, what should I do every day? What should I balance the budget and the relation for different countries, make a difference for the whole world. I think that's really impressive for me. So now let's look at the Terra in action. Could you share your screen and walk us through the core experience, Scarf? Like just like what Daniel did.
So I could probably refresh it for you,
Mhm.
and you start off with this dynamic intro. Just wanted to make it a bit more cinematic, and you could put in your username. And for example, you know, once you begin your presidency, you choose to be the president of one of the 8 countries listed over here. Uh, let's supposedly go with the United States. So it gives you a brief about who you are, your immediate threats, your allies, your adversaries,
Mhm.
your cabinet assessment, and some priority directives. So you can click to continue, and we'll take you through this basic tutorial, which tells you what everything stands for. And just so that the users aren't confused, because on first sight it looks really daunting, right?
Mhm.
So, and then we have should actually feel, or what the user should feel. And most AI tools can build animations, or they can even design them well. But I think you really need to explain how a user should feel for it to be able to then really build the logic around the animation. Because we have a lot of resources right now. If you go over and check, we have 21st Dev, and we have so many places where you could find good animations, or animation logics, code as a matter of fact. You don't even need to do anything. And you could just input that code directly into your prompt. But I think describing the emotion, I think that's what's gonna help you more.
Great. Yeah, thanks for the takeaways. Do either of you have any question for each other?
I don't.
It's okay if you don't have. Yeah.
I don't.
Okay. What about Daniel? Do you have any question to Garv?
No, I don't. I don't.
Okay, so I have a final question for both of you actually. If you had one more week to go during the hackathon, what would you improve or add to your project?
Okay, for me, I wanted to really stretch the capabilities of the AI Copilot editor. So I wanted it to do so much more than it's actually doing right now. So I wanted to add more compatibility and more functionalities to be able to generate custom image assets and remove background and stuff. Just get a overall feel of an experienced technical person. So you could have so many designs at once.
Okay, great.
For me, I think it's still the multiplayer mode for this game. I think that was something that I had in mind since a long time, but given the time frame I had, I feel like I couldn't really build it. So I decided not to go ahead with that. I did not want to
Mhm,
push something that's unfinished. So I think
mhm.
I'd really, if I had another chance, I would add that as well, because I think that would have elevated the experience even more.
Yeah, that's a great way to wrap up the project discussion. So thank you both for sharing not only the final results, but also the thinking, iteration, and the challenges behind this project. Okay, so that brings us to the end of today's MeDo Hackathon Winner Deep Dive. We really appreciate you guys create such a fascinating project, showing all of us what potential MeDo can bring to all the users. And also a huge thank you both Daniel and Garv for joining us and sharing your project in such detailed format. Both Crafty and Terra show what is possible when builders combine strong ideas with fast AI-powered development, even with no code background, no single line of code written. Today, we heard about project inspiration, real user problems, product design, demo walkthroughs, technical decisions, and MeDo's usage experience and future plan. I hope this session could give everyone watching a more concrete sense of how hackathon projects are built, not just what the final product looks like. And for anyone who joined the hackathon, thank you again for being part of the Build with MeDo global community. Your ideas, experiments, and submissions are what made this event much more meaningful than itself. For anyone who is new to MeDo, you can explore MeDo through the QR code on the screen and join our community. For any future updates or give any feedbacks, try building your own project, and yeah, that's it. We will continue to share more builder stories, product updates, and community events. Once again, congratulations to Daniel and Garth. Thank you to everyone watching. This is Shirley from MeDo. See you next time and keep building with MeDo. Thank you, everyone. That's all for today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, Garth. Bye, Daniel.
Bye-bye.
So